So as we were talking about with the difference, basically what we're looking at is you go through the whole operation, going into the hospital, going with the anaesthesiast, with the surgeon, having a chat, going under and coming out of all what you would expect to experience when you actually go and have the surgical gastric band done. However, it's all within the mind. So what it is, the difference basically, is that when you do awaken, you have experienced such the gastric band through the mind that the mind truly believes that there is a band fitted to the stomach, which is this area here. So basically, just like the gastric band surgical, there's a band that goes around the stomach to make the pouch quite smaller, but still allowing the flow of food, etc., to go right through at a comfortable level for people. The beauty of this is that you don't get the side effects, you don't get the infections, you don't get all those sorts of things, but what it is also, just like you have to with the surgical gastric band, there are what we call 10 laws of success to follow. And during that process, if it's followed and you have that backup of those sessions, continuously what we're doing is changing your habits. So let me show you that for a moment. So this is basically a really good way to explain what I mean by changing the habit. So at the moment, let's just say that basically what we have here is, let's just say for a moment that this is your habit. Your habit goes across the mind. Your habit basically is about to eat what you eat. You either overeat or too much, whatever that might be, or enormous amounts at any given time. And that has been your habit, and your habit of whether you exercise or not, etc. So instead of actually just going in and actually changing that habit, doing something with that habit, what I'm actually going to be doing is actually creating a new one, a beautiful new habit. And that will form 28 days or more. So basically we're looking at giving those habits time to form 28 to 68 days, and that will form in a way that the body and the mind get really comfortable. So instead of actually changing this one, we're forming a new one, and this one just weans away. Because what we're doing is going back to basics, and those basics, when you look at it, is just like when we're born, a child, a baby, they basically know how much to eat and how much not to eat. So it's about resetting that mind frame by forming the habits that are really comfortable and natural for each person. So when we're actually doing this within the mind, everyone's going to be a little bit different, because we don't need to be as drastic as when they go in and have the surgery done. We can adjust within the mind that's going to suit that person and be really, really comfortable with that. The difference is that there's no more dieting, there's no more deprivation. What you have is eating 3 small meals a day, and in that is what you eat is up to you. So I think when we get used to dieting, that's where we go up and down, and then we yo-yo, and then we put the weight back on, and because of that, there's never that management of what's going on. And so when we do this type of hypnotic gastric band therapy, we're also addressing what's going on for you within the mind. And by means by that is we do the work with getting the stomach smaller to have less food, but we're also going to meet with the mind to find out, well, what's going on for that person, so they can actually have a happier life and a richer life by learning what their needs are and their values are, because it's not just all about